So it's such a pleasure for me to be here. Actually, I participated in a WINConference many, many years ago. I was trying to count, was it now 10 years, 12 years? I don't know. But you know, I was also in the career where I think I still am, I have to say. But it was for me an opportunity to just take a step back, you know, connect with yourself, connect with the world, and think about things differently. And I really loved that at the time, because you go to many business meetings, you know, to leadership meetings, you go to business reviews, board meetings, but very rarely you can connect your feminine strengths and really think about it. Take that time to think about yourself, be inspired. I haven't seen a lot of board meetings starting with a singer. Maybe I should do that in the future, I was thinking. But I think it's a time for you. It's a time for you to connect. And I really enjoyed this at the time. So I'm really pleased to be here now for the 25 years and also enable our strong women leaders who are sitting over there at the table and help them, you know, to take that time for themselves and hopefully be inspired. Yeah. And I hope you will inspire each other during this journey. So for me, you know, Kristin asked me to talk about the future of work, right? Yeah. How do we create a thriving company? And so she introduced me, and I think I wanted to add, I'm actually a mom of 2 boys, and I'm really here. I'm very pleased to be able to serve, to help advance the world, turning science into care and nurturing health for generations. So who of you know Medela? We have a female audience. Yeah, so some of you know Medela. And if you don't, maybe I can give you a little quick overview of who we are. We're actually a family company based in Switzerland, have been there for 60 years, not 150, but 60, right? So we actually celebrated our anniversary. And what is nice about this is we feel, or we see ourselves as a family. We call each other the Medela family. We are a family business. We are here for generations, and actually the son of our founder, Michael, is still is the chairman of the board, and really we want to have this feeling that we are here to do something bigger, and we are one family. So what do? We have 2 areas of business. One is really help moms to be successful on their breastfeeding journey, providing breast pumps, everything that is needed to make that new experience, being a new mom, successful. And the other half of our business is in hospitals for healthcare professionals, where we provide medical vacuum solutions for the maternity ward, the neonatal intensive care units, breast pumps, enteral feeding for premature babies, and we also have digital drainage for cardiothoracic surgery, so really a broad array of solutions in the hospital. So very diverse business, but with one very strong purpose. And I think we mentioned this before. It's all about how we turn science into care to nurture health for generations. Mira, I have the same issue with this thing. I don't know how we advance it. Maybe I can say next slide. There we go. So that it is. Thank you very much if somebody did that back there. So it's really, that's what we do, you know. We advance research. We observe natural behavior. What is nature doing to make things right? How can we replicate that? We listen to our customers, and all of this is we turn science into care to nurture health for generations. We help moms, babies, patients to thrive in their life. And I think, Jordan, you mentioned this, you know, many companies are measured by EBIT. I have to say, right? And growth and revenue. But for us, we like to say that actually the most important measurement, and that's on the next slide, is actually the numbers of life we touch. And we are very proud that in last year we touched over 14 million lives. If somebody can advance the slide, I think that would be great. And so that's how we measure our success, right? The most important number in our company is really about these numbers of life we can touch. That's how we nurture health for generations, and that's what we are all about. So, as a company, you know, we ask yourself, how do you evolve? What is going to be important in the future? And how do we embrace this changing world? And I agree with you, it has started before COVID, but it has accelerated. COVID, the war, the economic crisis, you know, all it does is accelerate certain trends. And we have been reflecting on this, And maybe on the next slide, we can see what we think is important as a company and how we can embrace this new world that we are living in. And we do this not only for our employees, but we also have to think about our customers, you know. We have every day a new mom. This is Generation Z now, you know. What are they looking for? It's a very different situation. So I think there's a number of things that have happened over the last years. And of course, people are looking now for flexibility, mobility, but that's not it, right? I think there's an increased blurring of the borders between life and work. And in a certain way, your workplace competes with your home. You want to have people come back to the office? Guess what? You got to compete with the home. So you need to make it a feeling. You need to provide something that people actually want to come back to. And I think it's very important. And at the same time, give this flexible working policy. You know, it's a new world that we have, and we need to embrace it. But people are also looking for more. Nowadays, and we were talking about this yesterday, it's not about the job anymore. It's about your life. People are not there to work like our parents, or maybe even ourselves in the hamster wheel. Yeah. These times are over, right? The new generation has seen their parents get dismissed from one day to the next, has seen a pandemic, has seen different things, different perspective now, looking for other things. And guess what? They will find them. If you don't provide them at the workplace, they will find them somewhere else. We talk about silent resignation, right? It was a big resignation, you see it in the numbers, but you also have the silent quitting. These are the people who are still there, but mentally they have already left. And I think that's the most important or dangerous thing that you have to watch for. So what you can do as a company, provide what people are looking for. And that goes beyond a great workplace, that goes beyond the salary. It's about well-being, it's about personal growth, and that can be professional or other, and having a broader impact. And so this is really how we are thinking about this at Medela. I'm not saying we are perfect at all, but we are trying to embrace this and really provide a more broader framework so that our employees can actually find what they're looking for in life also at the company. And I think that's a very different way of working and a very different way of thinking. And I like your idea for life. I mean, I'm very fortunate because we are doing something for life every day. Our business is about life. Yeah. I applaud you with the trucks, you know. I'm impressed that you were able to get this feminine touch in there. I think it's awesome. I did not know that that was possible. But for us, it is easier because we are there to nurture health for generation. Everything we're doing, every product we are selling is actually supporting life. And so I think that makes it easier. But even though we were thinking, how do we fulfill these needs, but also how do we as a company can contribute in a broader sense? And so 2 years ago, we embarked on this journey. We joined the UN Global Compact, and we said we are going to create, as part of our strategy, a new pillar, which means leaving a legacy that we can all be proud of. And here we are looking at going beyond our business. What can we as a company do to have a broader impact? And it's not about donations, very careful, because when the bottom line gets sketchy, then this is the first thing that goes. So it has to be something that is a win-win for your company and for the broader impact. So we have created 3 pillars in our program. One is the people pillar, and it's all about diversity, equity, inclusion, not only within the company, but how can we support others, you know, have a broader impact, and of course, secure human rights, labor rights across our whole value chain. But then it's about the planet. How can we contribute to this legacy that should be a better world? And I'm going to show you a few examples. And then we have been thinking, what do we have at Medela, what is unique, that where we can have an exponential impact, reaching maybe people that we don't reach today? Because honestly speaking, we are mostly a developed country business, right? Our biggest business, half of it is in the US. The rest is in Europe, maybe in some of the more developed Asian countries, but that's probably about it, right? And so we have been thinking, what can we contribute to make this a better place and fight some of this maternal and infant mortality and really have a broader impact? I'm just going to show you a few examples of this. One is on diversity, equity, and inclusion. I think a lot of companies are talking about this, and it's very important because it changes the nature of the company. You embrace the more feminine, the diverse aspects of your leaders, and we are very proud that, we have a very diverse workforce, but we're also looking at diversity at the leadership level. And I think that's when usually it gets a little bit more dicey, right? Yeah. And so we are really conscious about this, and I'm very proud, I have here, together with my team, I have R&D leadership, quality, finance, I have manufacturing, sourcing, and new products, and marketing. So functions which usually are not necessarily held by female. And I think that's actually very nice, and it's something that we want to promote, continue to do. But we also want to go beyond. So we create a new program called KIN. We have a lot of US actually corporations subscribing to this, where we help moms come back to work. US has a very short maternity leave. And so how do you help moms come back to work, to be thriving, being able to breastfeed their kids, and having the mental support to be successful? So that's the KIN program, and we are really trying to be advocates as well for women leadership. That's what we do. Then, as I said, on the planet side, again, think about win-win for your company and for the planet. So actually, Ilona, she's here. She's leading this program as well, together with a number of other people, and we look through our value chain where we can reduce our CO2 impact, reduce plastic waste, reduce virgin material use. How can we do that? And it's amazing what you can do when you really focus on this. So we are now measuring this and really making sure that we have this impact, set our goals, we publish them, and so it holds us accountable to make this impact in our products and also in the way we distribute. We talked about supply chain disruption, COVID, wake-up call. The globalization, so now we can actually make this a win-win again. Win-win for stable supply chain, closeness to the customer, and minimize environmental footprint. So these are the things that we are thinking about and really trying to make this work. And so the last point is really about helping women in areas that we are not reaching through our normal business. And we have a special system, which is a vacuum-assisted delivery system. And the highest mortality in the world is in sub-Saharan Africa, Ethiopia, Nigeria. These are places where 1 out of 5 babies don't make it until the age of 1. And so that's where we have an impact, and I want to show you our partnership with UNICEF and other like-minded companies in this area. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you here today, and try to inspire you. What can you do at your workplace, in your society, embrace the new world, and together make it a better place.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.